Hello, so today we're going to keep learning about making inferences. Remember, you're going to need your reader's workshop notebook, and we're going to be under mini lesson, right? That's where we did our making inferences anchor chart. Okay, so make sure you have this. We are going to use another third of this page to learn about inferences today. Okay, so just a third. So you're gonna use probably around this much, a little bit over a third. Just a little bit. Leave a little bit like this much at the bottom to do. We're going to learn more about inferences another day and put what we learned down here at the bottom. It's just maybe a couple sentences. But the main part that you're going to do today is this up here, okay? So you're going to need about this much of the page. Alright, so today what we are going to learn excuse me, is about what you think when you're thinking about inferences, okay? Whenever you're trying to make inferences while reading a text, a passage, a book, what do you think? What's going on through your brain? What do you have to look at, okay? So our question, our next little mini title of this section of making inferences is going to be so hold on 1 second. So, can you see that? Let me get a different marker. Okay, so what do you think? What do you think? Okay, so that question. You can underline it. 1 second, let me turn on this lamp, see if maybe you can see better. Maybe? No, that's too much of a glare. Okay, so that's our question that we're going to answer. So what do you think whenever you're thinking about inferences? Alright, and then right in the middle, right in the middle, let's say about, let me see, like right here, we're going to write I infer by, and then write a little bubble or draw a little bubble around it. So I'm going to go right about here. I infer by, okay, dot, 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 and then a little bubble. I infer by, and we're going to write down a couple things that are going to we can think about when we want to think about inferences, okay? So, I infer about what kind of things might you infer about while you, or what might you think about while you are looking or trying to make inferences? You might think about characters, right? But what about characters? So, you can think about thinking about the characters' actions, right? So thinking about the characters' actions. Okay? What else might we think about the character? What other types of things might we think about the character? What about thinking about the character's feelings, right? Thinking about the character's feelings. Okay? You might think about the character's feelings. Here, let me try to focus that. What other things might we think about the character? What about, I'm going to draw lines going out, or an arrow going out, okay? So there to there, okay? What about thinking about the characters, what the character is saying, right? Thinking about the character, what the character is saying. Thinking about what the character says. Oh, character says. Okay? Sorry, I know it's a little hard to see. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how you can see it a little bit better. So thinking about what the character says. Okay, so that's what that green part says. Thinking about what the character says. I'm going to draw an arrow going towards there. Okay, think about what the character says. Now, what about, what else about the character? Maybe the character's features, right? So thinking about the character's features. Okay? Thinking about the character's features. Sorry. Okay. Thinking about the character's features. I'm going to draw an arrow towards that. So we infer by thinking about the character's features. I think that's pretty much it for the character. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's think about something else. What can we, what else can we think about when we're reading? Maybe about the story setting, right? So we can write, let me get another one. Thinking about the setting, thinking about the setting and why it's important. That's important. And why it's important. Okay? Thinking about why, thinking about the setting and why it's important. What else? What else can we think about when we're inferencing? Let's see. What about the plot, right? We've talked about plot. So thinking about the plot and why certain events take place. So we can write that. Hold on, let me get a brighter or a better color for you to be able to see. Thinking about the plot and why certain events take place. Okay? Thinking about the plot and why certain things take place. And I'm going to draw an arrow that way. And I think that is pretty much it for the clues from text. Okay, so those are the things that we can think about when we are looking for clues from the text. Now, what can we think about whenever we are using our schema, right? What kind of things that can we think about when we're using our schema? So we've said we can think about what you already know, right? So think about what you already know. You already know. Okay? And draw another arrow, and then one more. One more. And I might write it over here to the side. So we can, or actually I'll do it down here. Last thing that we can think about is our personal experiences, right? So our personal experiences, we can use those to make inferences, because that's what things that we have learned throughout our lives, right? So thinking about personal experiences. Okay? Thinking about personal experiences. Let me see if I can focus. Thinking about personal experiences. Okay? Thinking about personal experiences. And then a little arrow towards that. Okay? So that's pretty much it for this anchor chart for now, because we're going to fill up this little bottom part down here with some sentence stems, sentence starters soon. Okay? So that's what we have for now for the inferences. Now you can go ahead and go on to the next video once you're done copying this down, okay, into your anchor chart. That's how it looks. You can pause this video if you need to. Let me focus this. Okay, I'm going to try to focus it. There you go.